Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 6. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
Welcome everyone, I'm Whitney Ward. We are now less than 1 week away from the special election here, which includes levies for more than a dozen local school districts.
KREM 2 political reporter Casey Decker spoke to local parents who are making one last push for Spokane's levies to pass.
The proposed Spokane Public Schools levy would increase existing property taxes in order to pay for everything from school nurses to AP classes. And while district leaders can explain why they're asking for more money, they aren't legally allowed to directly advocate for people to vote for it. That's where Citizens for Spokane Schools comes in.
It's mainly kind of grassroots, just contacting friends and family and that kind of thing.
You may have seen the yard signs that are up right now, Yes for Kids. So our group provides those and places those. We have a group of folks who work with social media. We purchase ads in the newspaper and just mailers, flyers, brochures.
They have a unique challenge this year. An organized opposition campaign to the levy has formed out of the movement to more rapidly reopen schools. Opponents say the district is asking for more money at the wrong time, but these supporters say now the funds are more needed than ever.
I think it's vital when school starts up that kids are able to return to a sense of normal, to have those after school events, to music and drama and sports and all the things that this levy funds.
I think that people have come to expect that as just a basic part of education because our community has done such a great job of funding levies for so many years, that people don't really realize that that's a special thing. That's not just that's not just the basics.
I understand everyone's frustration and anxiety around this global pandemic, but at the same time, I really don't want to punish our students for that.
These kinds of activists may soon become more important to the passage of levies if a Senate bill proposed in Olympia were to pass. The bill would further restrict how district officials can talk about the levy. Specifically, it would prohibit them from saying phrases like replacement levy or this is not a new tax if the levy amounts to a tax increase, the way Spokane's does. Such language has often been criticized by levy opponents who feel it's misleading. The bill has had its first hearing on Monday, but it's not yet come to any vote. Casey Decker, KREM 2 News.
Now, the details of this proposed levy are actually really complicated, but we broke them down for you. It's in a previous series of stories that we've done, and it also includes the information on exactly what this levy would fund and what it may cost you. So for a link to that information, just text the word levy to 509-448-2000.
Voters in 27 of Washington's 39 counties will weigh in on levies in the 2021 February special election. This includes several counties right here in eastern Washington. So you can watch our election night coverage right here on KREM 2 News next Tuesday, February 9th. Local levies make up for a gap in state funding to pay for things like counselors and school nurses, as well as extra programming like sports, arts, and AP classes. Levies do not fund new building projects. That's what school bonds are for. There are various levies for Spokane County on the ballot depending on where you live. If you would like more information on the special elections, just text the word election to 509-448-2000. Again, you can watch our special election night coverage right here on KREM 2. That's next Tuesday, February 9th.
Well, the area is looking like it's going to see some mountain snow tomorrow and Friday, setting us up for a weekend if you're wanting maybe to hit the mountains for some skiing, right, Tom Sherry?
Yeah, I think we're going to get snow Thursday and Friday, especially in the Idaho area, even in the valley locations, extreme northern Idaho. We're talking about the Silver Valley type area and up along Lookout Pass and 4th of July Pass. By the way, traveling is good right now. Snoqualmie Pass, you can see the roadway there is just bare and wet. Oh gosh, the camera's goofing up at Lookout Pass, but I looked at that just moments ago, and that showed that the road was bare and dry on both 4th of July and Lookout Pass. And when you look at the Doppler radar, you can see not much snow activity occurring across the area. We're down to 34 degrees with wind out of the southwest right now at 9 miles per hour. As you look at that beautiful shot of downtown Spokane and the ice ribbon. Look for increasing clouds tonight with an overnight low of 29. Cloudy skies tomorrow. Slight chance of snow showers here, but I think most of it really is going to fall to the east of us into areas of northern and north central Idaho. For the weekend, I've got dry weather and pretty close to seasonal. 40 on Saturday and Sunday. Mostly cloudy Saturday, partly cloudy on Sunday. I'll have a look at your 10-day forecast coming up in just about 10 minutes.
Looking forward to that, Tom. Thank you very much. Canada is the first country to declare the Proud Boys a terrorist organization. The public safety minister said, quote, Canada will not tolerate ideological, religious, or politically motivated acts of violence. Being declared a terrorist organization means if a person associated with the Proud Boys engages in violent acts, they could face terrorism charges. Today, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki was asked if the U.S. will follow suit.
We, of course, have a review underway, a domestic violent extremism, review that's underway by our national security team to take a look at violence and this type of concerning group activity across the country. I expect we will wait for that review to conclude before we make any determinations.
But right now, the Southern Poverty Law Center considers the Proud Boys to be a hate group. Meantime, the Justice Department says a member of the Proud Boys has been arrested in Washington state in connection with the breach of the nation's capital. Ethan Nordine, also known as Rufio Panman, was due to make an initial appearance in U.S. District Court in Seattle this afternoon after he was charged in Washington, D.C. with obstructing official proceedings, entering a restricted building, and violent entry and disorderly conduct on the Capitol grounds. Charging documents state Nordine is a self-described Sergeant of Arms of the Seattle chapter of the Proud Boys.
Coming up after the break, a recent study shows one common supplement may actually be helpful in the fight against coronavirus. We talked with one of the researchers about those results. Those details coming up next.
All month long, we are celebrating Black heroes throughout our community. 15 years ago this week, Spokane native Michael Anderson and 6 other astronauts died when the Columbia Space Shuttle disintegrated during its return to Earth. Anderson grew up at Fairchild Air Force Base where his father was stationed, and he graduated from Cheney High School. He went to the University of Washington and later joined the Air Force and then became an astronaut for NASA. There is a statue of Anderson at Riverfront Park. The elementary school at Fairchild Air Force Base is also named in his honor. Please join us in a moment of silence to honor Anderson and the crew members who died in that 2003 explosion.